Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Esquire Coaching Radio, where we help attorneys achieve unparalleled personal and professional success. And now here's your host, Ann Jenrette Thomas.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Esquire Coaching Radio. I want to first just start out with a quick apology. Last week we had to have a short notice cancellation of our normally scheduled Wednesday program, but we're bringing it to you tonight. I have a new puppy, and unfortunately she got really sick and had to go to the emergency vet, so I had to hustle. But that's part of what we're going to be talking about today. So it's such a pleasure to be here with all of you today. As you all know, Esquire Coaching is a coaching and consulting firm that is dedicated to helping attorneys achieve extraordinary whole life success. To that end, we discuss the full range of topics from business building to getting a job to work-life balance and everything in between. Today we have an amazing guest who's going to talk to us about how to set and, more importantly, achieve your goals. So it's about 3 weeks into the new year, and have you given up on your New Year's resolutions yet? If so, you are not alone. Studies show that by this time, most people have given up on their resolutions. And what is a resolution anyway? Well, it's a goal. What is the key to setting goals that you can actually achieve? Well, tonight, certified life and empowerment coach Jose Albino will address some strategies and techniques that lawyers can implement to accomplish the goals that you all want to outline for yourself, both short-term and long-term. And conversely, the conversation will also address the reasons why people do not reach goals that they map out for themselves and how they can increase their chance for success. In addition to being an amazing coach, Jose is a trained psychotherapist. He fuses modalities and techniques from both disciplines to empower individuals to strengthen their courage and confidence in order to facilitate concrete and sustainable shifts in their lives. He also, I'm so proud to say, serves as a consultant for Esquire Coaching. Jose received his BA in psychology from the University of Albany, actually it's our alma mater, and his master's in counseling from George Washington University, plus he has certifications from the Institute for Professional Excellence in Coaching and NYU School of Social Work. Welcome, Jose.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so honored and happy to be here with you tonight, and really focusing on addressing some of these key issues, particularly during this time of the year. So thank you for having me.
Oh, so good to have you. And such an important topic, such an apropos topic, because, you know, believe it or not, today, January 21st, is officially the day the date on which most people have given up on their New Year's resolutions or, you know, their goals. So this is just perfect. Before we begin, I just want to remind our callers that there will be time at the end of this show to ask questions of Jose directly. So all you have to do to get in queue is call 347-838-8719 and press 1. That's 347-838-8719 and press 1 to get in the queue, and I'll repeat that later. All right, Jose. So here we are. We're 21 days into the new year. Why do you think that individuals specifically focus on this time of year to set goals for themselves, and when setting goals is not necessarily linked to just this time of year?
Well, that's a great question. I think that this is a time where we are symbolically given another chance to get it right? I think it's because we can operate with the tabula rasa when we have a clean slate. I think that the new year represents the opportunity for us to reboot, to recharge, and to re-strategize. Specifically because, yes, we have a lifetime worth of experiences, but we use the former year as a benchmark regarding what we want to accomplish or even what we don't want to do, again, for the new year. The new year brings a sense of us being more aware of our behaviors and even our thought patterns, and in turn, it gives us a better picture of how and what we want to change in our life during the new year. And, so it better positions us to tackle certain things that perhaps we didn't even focus on the prior year. So, again, it's just provides us kind of like a spring cleaning, of course, for the new year where we can look back at the year that just occurred and kind of say to ourselves, okay, well, that didn't work, or that worked. Now I have another opportunity to really get this right. The important thing is to begin creating strategies to begin tackling it for the year in this way as well.
That's a really great point. So, it's almost like a renewing, It's almost like a renewing time of year. So, as I mentioned in the beginning of this show, people have a difficult time sticking with their goals, sticking with their resolutions. What can people do to stay on track to accomplish their goals?
Well, I think it is some strategies to do that. And one of the things that I wanted to touch base on before I do that is, I think that I want to get clear that we tend to use resolution and goals interchangeably, and they're a bit alike, but I just want to bring some clarity to the purpose of this conversation between the two. And so,
thank you. You're educating me too.
Yeah, and I kind of, was thinking about this prior to the new year, and talking to people. They want to set resolutions, overtime resolutions, and we're setting goals. And I began thinking about it a little bit. And, simply, by definition, resolution is finding an answer to a solution or a conflict or a problem. We want to resolve something in our life, suggesting that there's closure on the issue at hand that does exist and it's finite. Like goals, we're talking something that's one that requires hard work, it requires commitment and assessment and planning. For example, let's say you don't like your neighborhood, the neighborhood you live in. You're solving the issue by renting or buying a place in another neighborhood which you prefer, or you want to resolve the problem by moving in with your parents. If you absolutely take your task taking the bus to work or the train, and because of the crowdedness, and you may decide to resolve the situation by buying a car or pulling the cord to problem solve a goal. I think that goals are a little bit more fluid and exist more on a continuum. For example, you trade, managing diabetes, or other chronic illnesses. These goals and others can be a lengthy process to achieve because they may require more management and maintenance, where resolutions are something that we want to resolve. So although now with your resolutions, of course, and in order to bring closer to your problem, you may have to institute goals in your resolutions. For example, if you don't like the neighborhood you live in and you want to resolve that issue, within that you may want to create goals, which is save a certain amount of money per week, or interview agents, real estate agents, or if you want to buy a car to be able to take the train along or the bus because you don't like crowded subways or buses, you may want to start. One of the goals is to research cars. The two can be used interchangeably because I think we all know that the intentions behind what we are saying and the ultimate goal is change. But to put it more in context, I think resolutions are things you want to resolve and remove, and goals are things you want to create. But having said that, I'm going to offer six practical and applicable strategies, and they're attainable as well that you can implement to help you stay on track, help you go for the new year. Ready?
Oh, that's great. Go for it.
Okay. So the first one I think is, we really have to focus on our why and not our what, right? We focus on our why and not our what. And what I mean by that is that, yes, be clear on what your goal is, but place more emphasis on why you're engaged in your goal. For example, if your goal is to lose 10 pounds because you want to manage your diabetes or other chronic illnesses, and the why can be because you want to see your children grow up, or because you don't want to depend on medication for the rest of your life. I think that when you remain focused on your why, you are doing something that will be pushing you towards your goal, believing that the inconvenience of your what what you're doing will pull you forward, and your chances of slacking off a little higher. And you focus more on why you're doing something, or why you're setting yourself a goal. It's the probability of you sticking to it as opposed to focusing on what you're doing. I'm trying to made, or I'm trying to save more money, but if you focus on why you're trying to do that, it has the probability of pulling through and creating more achievability for your goals. The second thing is, you have to have a strategy, and that is the how. How are you going to lose 20 pounds or cut smoking or rip off the meat? For example, go to the gym 3 times a week, hire a private trainer 2 times a month, and only eating 5 foods when you go out to dinner, or eating meat when you go out to dinner. Whatever that looks like for your lifestyle, your goal without a strategy is just simply a recipe for failure. So you have to focus on the why and not your what. You must have a strategy. Also, the third thing is to create benchmarks. This is the plan. When are you going to reach your goals? In your benchmarks, for example, putting smoking all together for you may take, 8 months. Your benchmark can look something like, by the end of month 1, I will reduce my cigarette intake to 50 per week. At the end of month 2, the intake will be 10 per week. By the end of month 3, it will be 5. And, by the end of the 8th month, I will quit smoking or buying cigarettes altogether. Again, it's to create benchmarks as to what you're going to achieve throughout the whole process. And we're going to talk a little bit about having a timeline to achieve those goals. But I think creating benchmarks are extremely very important to help you keep you track. Start with the fourth goal, start with the end in mind. The way to help you get to where you want to be is by pushing your goal as if you're already there. You can't control much in life. You can't control your thoughts, your emotions, and your visualizations if you choose to. One of the things that the strategies that can be used is to create a vision board. I know that some of us were late in their 30s. We may have reached our physical peak in the early 20s, and we want to go back to that place. Another way to using visualization, carry a picture of this, in your water of the earth to remind you, of where you want to be, and you will be reaching that goal. So with the power of visualization, or even, carrying a picture of someone that you emulate, or that person, whose physical look you want to emulate, or just want to emulate altogether. So the goal is to just use visualization as a way to, start with the end in mind. And 2 more important things, I think, is picture team, right? I think a great way to increase your chances of goal success is by surrounding yourself with people that are goal-driven, or even people who may have the same goals as you. The greatest advantage of doing this is surrounding yourself with Team N, or surrounding yourself with Team A or Team Black. It's that it creates a community, also creates a community of accountability. It also provides you with genuine people to bounce off some of your vulnerabilities, perhaps difficult times surrounding the process of achieving your goal, or even just wanting to give up altogether, to really create a that you trust that may have the same goals or just goal-driven, to really create that space of accountability and safety. And the last one that I think is important is to really, I think, reward yourself. Thinking about strategies, techniques that people can use. That's not very important because, wherever we go, when we fly, American Airlines, they give us points. We go to Starbucks, they reward us for the loyalty. Wherever we go, these large companies give us reward points just to be loyal to them. And we too should reward ourselves for our commitment to ourselves and improving our quality of life. I think rewards keep us engaged and motivated to keep going. So if you lost those 5 pounds and your goal is to lose 15, the benchmark is to lose 15, and you've done that, I think it's important to reward yourself, whatever that may look like for you. It can be buy yourself, a pair of shoes, or, drowning your apartment with roses, whatever a reward may look like for you. But I think that it's important that we acknowledge that rewarding ourselves for small accomplishments really engages and keeps us motivated to keep on going. So those are
I love that.
The top 6 strategies that I would say can be very helpful for you to help you stay on track of your goals. And then, the last thing is, to reassess and revisit your own engage. We're human. So, sometimes we get lost in the shuffle of life happens, fixing goals and implementing strategies. That because of we are human, that it's okay to reassess and revisit and re-engage ourselves and recommit ourselves to what it is that we were trying to accomplish.
Oh, wow. Those are great strategies. I'm just going to do a quick recap. So number 1, focus on your why. Number 2, get some strategies behind your goal, which is the how. Number 3, create benchmarks, which is the when, like when will you get things done by. Number 4, start with the end in mind and really visualize yourself as if you already have it or you're already there. Number 6, I think, 5, I've lost track. You get yourself a support, like a good support system, your team. And then the last one is to reward yourself. And finally, you gave us a bonus tip, which was to make sure that you reassess, revisit, and give yourself permission to re-engage, I guess, when you fall off track. So those are really great tips. The one thing I just want to sort of pick your brain about, because, our listeners are lawyers, and so the idea of visualization or vision boards may be foreign. Can you just maybe give a sentence or two about why engaging in a visual process or a mental image might be useful to helping you achieve your goals?
Well, I think particularly for lawyers, there's this, I understand that the lawyers are hectic, work life, and it also has work-life balance. I think that particularly for lawyers, having something that they can look at that they can shift them immediately to a particular place and, kind of transfer them somewhere else and kind of camouflage everything that happened during that day, during that week that has to do with work. I think that because work is so strenuous and it's so, time-consuming, within my parents, I think particularly for lawyers, visualize even having a picture or something that can map them and shift them even momentarily to their goal or what it is that they're trying to achieve, particularly because, in their mind, they have so much going on. I think it's important for lawyers to kind of have something that can shift them quickly and transport them to a place, remind them what it is that they're trying to achieve.
I like that. And honestly, listeners, I myself use visualization quite often. I think for me personally, one of the benefits of it is it uses more of your senses. It makes something really come alive, your goal really come alive, so that it just multiplies the desire to reach it, at least in my experience of it. So, Jose, earlier you had talked about the difference between resolution and goals. And I wanted to just ask, because a lot of people interchange the words goals and intention, when they're describing a desired accomplishment or want. So, for example, my goal is to lose 10 pounds in a month, or my intention is to lose 10 pounds in a month. In your opinion, do you see a difference between goals and intentions? And if so, what might that difference be?
Well, okay, yeah, that's interesting, and that's an interesting question that you talked about. I think that the goal, we commit ourselves to, well, I believe that with intention, we still should do our part, whatever that part may be. But I think that with intention, we enlist to help the universe or the source or, something outside of ourselves, if we believe in that. I call it, the universe, a higher source to help you achieve your intention. So I think that with intention,
or some people might, so some people might call it God or whatever their spiritual belief might be, right?
Right.
Got it.
Exactly. They call it sport, God, universe, but basically, you know, a lot of us have a spiritual base, and when we set an intention, we kind of set this whole responsibility with that force. So there's this sense of there's whole responsibility to achieve it. You know, neither goals nor intention, I think, have black or red on it. But I think goal is most personally driven, and with intention, you're as the co-pilot, and you're releasing it to a higher power that throws your sword. And, you know, I'll give you an example. A very big example. You know, I do yoga, and this is just a meta example of medical. You know, I do Bikram yoga, which is basically hot yoga with basic poses in like 110 degrees. And it's very difficult and extremely challenging. So my intention would be to remain standing for posture. That's my intention. Now look at my best. But if I don't sit, if I don't and I typically postures, I get to my own, and I'm okay with that. It's like creating, you know, intention is like creating a soft space to land. I said the intention, if that's what I plan on doing. But if it doesn't work out, I'm okay with that. And I think like goals, intentions are more airy and suspended, where goals are really related to focus attention. So if you say my intention is to lose 10 pounds, or my intention is to spend more time with my family, or my intention is to, go on date nights with my wife or husband, you know, because the three of them are too high, that, you know, it's a little bit different than goals. The difference is that when you have goals, you are reaching for the moon, right? And that's where you want to be. But for intention, you may be reaching for the moon, but if you end up stars, that's how I kind of see the difference between the two. It's like, you know, with goals, it's like it can be very focused and it's definitely serious, but intention is sitting out there. You're still going to do your part, but again, it's more like, you know, co-pilot, something that you trust to help it manifest as well. And like I said, like if you're shooting for the moon with intention and you land at the stars, you're like, we kind of at the stars. So it's kind of having a soft space.
You know, and based on what you're saying, it almost sounds like a good idea to do both, set an intention and then create a goal around it. It's almost like the intention allows you to be that co-pilot, you know, connect with whatever your higher power is, and then the goal is you essentially taking that responsibility and taking it to the next level. So that's a great distinction. I just wanted to remind our callers that if I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. So I was just going to remind our callers that if you have a question for Jose, please call in now, 347-838-8719, and press 1. That's 347-838-8719, and press 1 to get in the queue. All right, Jose. So now I want to just switch gears a little bit. You gave some good tips about how to set the right way to set goals. But let's talk about, okay, maybe you've set an intention and then created goals, and then you get off track. So what tips or suggestions do you have to help people get on track toward reaching their goals?
I mean, I think that I've given a few, but I think that one way to stay on track to reach the goals, again, is to surround yourself with our goals. You don't have the same goals, benchmarks, you can utilize people that you trust. There's a lot of tools and tips out there that will hold you accountable as well. You know, create visuals, or you can carry affirmations or repeat affirmations on a basis or weekly basis. Another thing that I think is helpful is to also, read specialized publications that support your goal, or even sign up for newsletters that deliver directly into your email that support your goals as well. You know, expose yourself to more written and auditory channels that are inspiring to you as well. I think that, we are a choice of what we eat, what we watch, what we eat. I think we make conscious decisions to really expose ourselves, whether it's listening or reading or even having conversation, to a surrounding that really supports what we're trying to create. I think will be very helpful. And I think also to have a very flexible mentality with what you're doing to help achieve, life happens. I think that we should really have compassion with ourselves and when things really are not turning out the way that we want. I think compassion is a big key on, helping you stay on track with your goals, because if they do go off track for a little bit, have compassion, again, and we engage and we move, and we really focus on what it is that you're trying to achieve.
Wow. I think that's such an important message in particular for our lawyers that are listening. Hear that last message in particular. Have compassion for yourself and be flexible with your goals. I know that in our profession, there's this desire to really be perfect, in getting our work done, but that creates so much stress. In fact, I had posted on our Facebook page about an article that was sent yesterday by CNN talking about lawyer suicide rates, and I think that has a lot to do, I think it has a lot to do with this whole idea of being inflexible. So great reminder, Jose. So now let me just ask you, why do you think that people end up abandoning their goals? Why do you think they lose track and just sort of give up?
I think that people do that for two particular reasons. I think that people are, we all do this. I think we give into what is called gremlins, which is basically that implicit voice that we all have within us that tells us that we're good enough, we're worthy, and who do we think we are better, and what is it, I think that we need to be compatible to be our self-talk as we create it to be. But I think that's a big piece of it, and again, there's some compassion comes in, because we tend to sometimes not be as compassionate to ourselves as we perhaps are towards our best friends or other people in our lives. I think one of the reasons is that, if you're trying to, let's say your goal of yours is to manage a chronic illness, and then that voice comes in and says, my family suffers from high blood pressure, why continue? So it's in that voice, and really listening to that voice when you should just constantly, keep it at bay. So that's one thing. And the other thing is just that, I think a lot of us, what would be important is to focus on what I call, smart goals. A lot of people who do fall off are not creating smart goals. Smart meaning goals that are specific, goals that are measurable, they're achievable, they're results focused, and they're time oriented as well. So it's just that, people need to be specific with what the goal is. They have to react themselves with this goal measurable, something that I can measure. Can I measure this goal that I'm trying to achieve? It's really achievable, which means that they're defined and outlined enough that they're achievable. And then they're results focused, meaning that there is an outcome to your goal. Mm-hmm. And the lastly is, time goal. Does your goal have no timeline, right? This date, with this time, this is when the goal is going to be completed. So the absence of those strategies, having a smart goal, I think contributes to a person not getting on track of their goals and really listening to that voice in their head. I think the people don't need to hear really the things you tell yourself as well. I think those two things are two critical factors that really derail people from achieving their goals. And I think that's where, getting other individuals to bounce off and to be vulnerable with and really speak about what's going on in your life, or rather with your goals. And I think that's also missing is conversations around the obstacles that you're facing in trying to achieve particular goals, whether it's creating work-life balance, reducing stress, spending more time with your family, having difficult conversations with bosses or clients, whatever that may look like for you, just whatever goal you may have. I think it's important to have trusted person who's going to work with the goal that I have is supporting it.
Wow. So, this has been great, Jose. You're not going to believe this, but we are out of time for this show. So can you let our listeners know how they might be able to reach you?
Absolutely. You can reach me. I can be reached via my email, info@josealbinolifecoach.com. My Twitter handle is josealbinocoach, and my website is www.josealbinolifecoach.com. So either of those avenues can reach me.
Okay, great. Wow, thank you so much. This has been such a great interview with so many concrete tips. I hope you listeners got a chance to really enjoy it, and I want you to, let's keep this conversation going. What are the goals that you need support around? What are the ways that you might get stuck? Let's keep this conversation going. Join our Facebook page or our LinkedIn group, or follow us on Twitter and tell us your thoughts. You can find everything through our website, www.esquirecoaching.com. And tomorrow we will be interviewing Jennifer Arizio, who's going to talk to us about listening to your soul for success. All right, everyone, have a great night. And Jose, thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Good night, everyone. Take care.
Bye.